Happy Friday. So the last of my videos this week looking at the culture that is required to redesign for the future of work, which is hybrid. And I suggested on Monday, when I talked about the challenge of culture in the hybrid team and the hybrid organisation, that we need to assess the prevailing culture and look at certain aspects to determine where culture may need to be reconstructed. And I wanted to wrap with two things: empathy and employee well-being. Now, we often talk about the empathetic leader, and that's absolutely important, but we need to enable everybody in the organisation to be empathetic. And empathy and being empathetic is something that can be learned. Not everybody has it or understands what it is. Some people mix it up with sympathy. Sympathy is pity. Empathy is not. Empathy is having a real understanding of how someone else is feeling. And we often say it's about walking a mile in someone else's shoes, and I say no, it's not. It's understanding how another person feels walking a mile in their shoes. What are their challenges? What are their aspirations? What are their problems? What are their concerns and anxieties? And it's getting to know those and understanding that everybody is different, and then being able to respond with compassion and action. So empathy, especially now when everybody's been through such disruption, everybody's been through grief of many sorts, and still there's the concern, anxiety and uncertainty. So we all need to make sure there's a culture in which empathy is a core value. And finally, employee well-being. Employee well-being has to be the priority. There can only be one priority. Google it. Yeah, you can't have two priorities because there's only one. The priority. And we need to enable leaders to identify, and everybody, to identify the early signs of an employee who is struggling, and to be able to reach out and take action as needed. And we need to stop with these point solutions, gym subscriptions and gratitude apps. We need a holistic platform for employee well-being, which meets the needs of every employee because they're all different, and is also contextual, which means I have access to resources that will help me depending on the situation I find myself, depending on the challenge I'm trying to overcome. So employee well-being, without that, we're doomed. We cannot have burnout in our workplace. And potential employees are looking for organisations that can demonstrate they care about the well-being of every employee. I will talk to you next week, and we'll address strategy, the second point on the compass. Talk to you then.